Oh, Jim Miller, do you hear that in the distance? It sounds like a storm. It sounds like a 50-year storm, Jim. Hey, guys. Thanks for tuning in to our Dude What Movie Review podcast.
Dude, what?
We are bringing you another fun release from the archive. A Dude What original, Jim Miller. I'm excited. I am one half of the hosting squad, Mr. Brian Sumner. That's Jim Miller over there. Say hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
I'm excited to talk about this episode because there's a lot happening here, man. A lot.
There is. And actually, as you were saying, do you hear that? I was thinking about my little vacation I'm going to take to Destin. So
Shut up. You know, just stop talking. You know what? Is this like mild payback for all the times that I was on vacation?
Just slightly.
Whatever.
I feel like it just goes in with the 50-year storm.
It really does. You know, it's actually funny that you're talking about how you're going on vacation here pretty soon. Real soon on this feed with these Dude What originals, you'll be hearing about me being on vacation because we're like a couple episodes away, I believe, from a time where I was on vacation at that time back in 2017 down in Panama City Beach. So it's pretty funny that you brought that up. I didn't even think about that. Hilarious. Yeah. The 50-Year Storm, man, episode 8. This was a fun episode to record because we had our first ever guest on the show, Mr. Stephen A. Turner.
The Godfather himself.
The OG, the man, the myth, the legend, our former boss from the Homers Radio Network.
Homers!
I am so excited to be talking about him. He's my best friend in the whole entire world, man. We've been friends since 6th grade. You're actually going to hear the story about that a little bit on this episode coming up. So many accolades. He's, like I said, formerly the Homers Radio Network. He is the current host of Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game, which is the ESPN affiliate out of Owensboro, Kentucky. He hosts a show there from 5 to 6 every single day. Drives you home, so to speak, as the radio lingo. Putting a little spotlight on local athletics, high school athletics, and then talking about some regional stuff. Also talking about some national stuff. A little bit of everything. As Steve says on the show, it's a little bit of sports potpourri, is what he says. There you go.
Sports potpourri. I like that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So we had Steve on the show. And the reason why we were having Steve on the show is because, well, for starters, we wanted to have a guest. We thought it'd be fun to have somebody in studio. But we also wanted to find a movie from my list that would tie in to the guest on the show. And boy, did we pick a great one.
I think so.
I thought it worked out really well, honestly.
Yeah, so 50-Year Storm, like that's where you drew a lot of influence from the Homers Radio Network.
I did.
During that time. So, and I remember you telling me about it. This is the first time that since, you'd introduced the box, the first time I actually knew what was in it.
Right.
Beforehand. Because I actually think I bought the movie.
You
so
did.
We could watch it.
You picked the movie up for this one, and that way we would have it. And I had to give you a little bit of idea beforehand because I couldn't have you going in blind on it. You had to know for this particular episode.
Right.
Because it wasn't about surprising you or surprising the listeners. This time it was about surprising Stephen A. This was the fun part. I got to spring it on him and have it tie in with everything that they were doing with Homers back then. And it was a nice little tie-in. Like, it worked. It just really worked for this episode. And you guys are going to hear all about that here very soon. And I'm pretty excited to break this episode out of the archive. This was a very fun episode. Got some fun notes from this episode, Jim. I think I cut it out from this one. It might still be on there, but I think I cut it out. But if you go back and you were to listen to this in its entirety from the original run, there was early shades again of Storytime with Jim. Let me reiterate. We're nowhere near having the actual segment of Storytime with Jim. This was always just kind of like an amorphous kind of segment on the show that just, it would pop up from now and then. You have so many stories to tell, Jim. Like, you've had a very busy, active life.
I do, and I have. And I haven't even told I haven't begun to tell half the stories that I have.
That's a whole other podcast. Coming in 2024. Sponsored by Stephen A. Hilarious.
But there was surround sound.
That was great. But early shades of Storytime with Jim and the fact that he is the 3-time mailbox baseball champion of Ohio County. Just hilarious story. We might have to talk about that. We might have to do a special all access thing talking about our time at DHL when we were both drivers and what we mean by the 3-time mailbox baseball champion of Ohio County. It's hilarious. It's a really funny story, actually.
It really is.
It's good times. We'll definitely have to talk about it sometime.
Maybe we'll do like a story time with Jim feature.
I think we should do
And we should bring Stephen A. back and we can talk about that. And he can talk about baseball a little bit.
So great. It would be so great. We'll do it just in time for the World Series. Now, on this episode, you're going to hear us talk about orange felt a number of times, actually, and us referencing making podcast badges and arts and crafts time in the studio. And the reason why that is because on this episode, Jim...
It's a big episode.
It's a big episode. We actually got mic stands, like legit mic stands.
Yes.
Not the pull legs that we had been using that sound like we were talking in a barrel the whole entire time, but an actual microphone stand. It's a desktop microphone stand that professionals use.
Yeah, and that's kind of why we had the orange felt, right? Was to try to help minimize some of the vibrations, if you will.
Yes, because sound carries, especially when you got a big booming voice like Mr. Jim Miller over there. And so we had orange felt that we had bought and cut into little squares. Dude, what orange, by the way.
It was Dude, what orange.
That we put under the mic stands to try and help cut down on sound vibration and any kind of extra noise. And you know what, Jim? It did nothing. It did nothing at all.
I think it's because we forgot that the computer was sitting on top of the desk.
Yes, which I wanted to make mention of that. When you guys are listening to this episode, there might hear a slight hum in the background. That is because the fan is whirling inside the computer while it's running, sitting on the desk. We didn't realize. I think we figured that out pretty soon. Yeah, I think it was soon after this that we figured out, okay, hey, I got to put that tower down on the floor.
Yeah, so literally at this point, the orange felt, even though we talk about it quite often in this episode, was just for aesthetics.
It was mainly for aesthetics.
Just for us.
That no one could see.
Yeah, because we're strictly audio. So.
Well, speaking of audio, Jim, we can't talk about this episode without talking about audio quality. Now, when I say audio quality, I'm talking more about the idea of our jank setup versus a multi-million-dollar setup, so to speak, with regard to a studio and proper equipment and spacing and sound blockage. What I'm talking about, Jim, is a little show called KSR, Kentucky Sports Radio. And you guys are going to hear Stephen A. on this episode here really soon talking about our sound quality versus KSR sound quality. And we were surprised by his reaction.
Very much so, because, our setup at the time was not anything like that.
It was not.
We didn't have, the only blockage I think we had was maybe one of my arteries, right? From all the cheese. Jesus. But, wow. And then we had a red love seat couch.
Yeah. It was like a
bachelor type thing.
It was like a really kind of funky looking, like a fun looking chair, sofa, love seat kind of thing. That it would look good in a kid's playroom.
Yes.
And we had it. It was upstairs for a long time. And then when we started recording in the house, the 2420 West Studios, a.k.a. the bedroom, Jim needed to have somewhere to sit. So we brought that downstairs and had that for him to sit. Well, when we had Stephen A. in the studio, they had to share that. So that was our setup. The two of them sitting on this small little... hard, uncomfortable red love seat, and they had to share one microphone.
Imagine a metal fold-out chair with like a stuffed animal that has been halfway destroyed by an animal.
And that's your padding.
As your padding, yeah.
Not comfortable.
Yeah, and Steve and I had to share a microphone and share a couch or a seat.
And this was your first time meeting Steve, wasn't it?
It was.
So you guys are getting up close and personal, like right off the jump.
Yeah. And we're like your two besties with testes sitting across from you there.
Oh, God, here we go. I'm trying not to put a disclaimer on this. Jim, this episode was actually recorded before the Lion King episode. Did you know that, Jim?
I did know that. It's something I brought up a few times, actually.
The listeners did not know that.
Yeah, this was like the first and maybe the only time, I think, that we've recorded out of sequence.
I believe so, yes. I believe so.
Which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
In our 6 years of doing this.
Right. The only other time that I can think that maybe we have recorded out a sequence would be maybe one of the specials. That's the only thing that I can think of, maybe. But even then, I think we were We're
trying to stay close to
pretty much
the season.
Still staying on target of just doing sequential releases. So, I mean, so this was kind of landmark. And I think what it was is we knew that we had a certain amount of time that we could get Steve. And we took the opportunity to do it. And in that process, we got the mic stands from him because he's the one that gave the mic stands to us. And we were actually able to go ahead and set that up, record this episode, the 50-Year Storm.
Yep.
And then while we were at it, we were like, okay, let's go ahead and knock out the Lion King episode, which we did. So actually on the Lion King, we actually had our mic stands.
We did.
So pretty cool little bit of trivia.
History there.
Dude, what history right there. Now, talking about Stephen A. for sure, there's something that we got to mention here, and you guys are going to hear it. Steve was super excited for this episode, okay? Not only was he excited about coming over and recording the episode, but once he finds out what's in the box, because there's no categories, there's no build-up. We talked about build-up, a couple episodes back about building up to the reveal, talking about fun facts about the movie selections, talking about the category, building the suspense, opening the box, all that stuff. You didn't have that really on this at all because there was no categories. There was no movie selections. We just knew that it was going to be a film tied into the Homer's Radio Network. And so Steve was excited about doing the show. Steve was excited about recording the show. Steve was excited about the box. Steve got even more excited when he realized he gets to open the box. And when you hear his reaction, my God, you want to talk about a gleeful man. He was very, very happy, very excited. He was astonished about what's in the box. You're going to hear that here in a second, but he was very excited to watch the film. And because of that excitement and because of his reaction, we actually ended up using that soundbite to create some promos for the Homer's Radio Network when they were doing live coverage for 9th District basketball over in Owensboro, Kentucky at the Sports Center. They were doing live coverage of the basketball tournament, and then they would go to commercial. They had advertising and all that stuff. And, obviously we got to advertise our show, right? Well, what's one way we can do that, Jim? Make a custom commercial specifically for the 9th District basketball tournament.
Yeah, and this was actually, now that we're talking about it, it's kind of wild. We started cutting radio commercials before we even started doing the podcast.
We really did.
Which is kind of ironic a little bit.
Those early ones were not good.
No, but they were fun.
They were fun. And we thought we were doing something special at the time.
And I would say that this promo was good. We have a couple of them.
We have 3 promos that we did for the basketball tournament. And one of the promos took audio specifically from this episode that you're about to hear. And actually, we are going to be re-releasing those promos in All Access. I believe Jim Miller is also going to be releasing a video version of this promo on our YouTube channel as well.
Yes.
So
the video we put out on Facebook.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and release it maybe at a Throwback Thursday or something kind of situation.
I like it.
On our YouTube channel. So you can check it out there.
So that'd be cool. So you All Access members, you're going to be able to check out some audio there, some of our early stuff that some of you guys probably never even heard these.
That's true.
And then you guys get to also go over to YouTube and check out some of our early video work as well. So that's some cool, fun stuff right there. And I'm pretty excited about that. I'm really happy that we're talking about this episode, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun for people to listen to it. Steve Turner, the man, the myth, the legend. How did we steal you away from your 14 other jobs?
You guys act like I'm a lot bigger thing than I am.
You are the voice, man. You are the hardest working man in the tri-state.
I mean, I do get around a little bit.
a little?
But, I have a good time with it. And I try to step away. I complain about it all the time. That's my wife. And she's like, well, you choose to do that.
You choose the life of an entertainer.
I set out for a few days, and I'm like, I'm bored.
Exactly.
Let's go to the game or something.
Most people don't realize this, but Steve and I have been friends for, God, how long?
6th grade.
Since 6th grade, so do the math on that.
Class, I think it was.
I was thinking about that earlier. Miss Johnson / Miss Bivens, I think.
Miss Bivens, on the other side.
It was like a dual social studies class or whatever. They would tag team on the class. It was a big class, and we got paired up. We had to sit next to each other the first day, and we've been friends ever since.
At first, you were just the guy with the cast on your arm.
I did have that's right, I did, because I wrecked my bike the summer before. I flipped my bike, and I had a buckled fracture on my left arm, and I had to wear like this stupid little splint cast on my arm.
Wow.
Yeah, it made my arm stink like really bad.
And then you rode your bike to my grandma's. We played Deja Vu on NES. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Love that game. I should go get
Not
that.
the strip club.
Not that. No,
Nintendo
that's a
game.
different type of game altogether.
Detectives.
Costs a little more.
Yeah, that one costs a little more. This one was, we didn't have to pay that much for this one. No, but yeah, no,
We go way back.
we go way,
Fucking
way,
NES days.
way,
Man,
way
that's,
back.
yeah, that's kicking
Put it
old
in
school.
perspective for you.
I know, it's crazy to think that we've been able to stay in contact this long. It's crazy. Some people don't pull that off.
No, a lot of people don't. We've lost a few along the way.
Yes,
Unfortunately for them. I've been looking forward to this for a while.
We invited you on
like
here.
I'm a big thing.
No,
I've been looking forward to this for ever since we first started talking about.
well, you're
this
essentially our
mid-July
boss,
or
so
Boss. Yeah, right.
you're definitely our boss.
Great.
We've invited you to come on here, and you graciously accepted the invite to come on to the Dude What podcast. And as you know, this is our first official guest, so this
that's
is a
all
big
right.
deal. This is like a banner moment for us. We should make a banner on Facebook.
Create a
Or
moment
a
on
badge,
Twitter.
a podcast badge.
badge.
We should make a badge.
We have
Use some
fabric here.
Orange,
do.
orange felts.
I do have the official orange Dude What colors right there.
But it's under a professional microphone stand.
It
not
is.
the,
For once.
the jank stands we've been using.
We're going to post a picture of the incredibly low budget effects that we've had here in the studio. The swimming pool.
Yeah.
Listen, you
What,
guys.
what do you even call it? What is this? Like a swimming pool mic stand is what it's called, basically.
Weapon. It could be a
It
lot
could.
of things.
You could do a lot of damage
A
with
lot
that
of
thing
damage.
for sure.
Yeah.
You guys mock the setup, but if you downloaded it when we were on KSR, your quality of your show is 10 times better than the $1 million studio that we recorded
No,
KSR in. I swear it. I swear it. Because it was done on the radio. Anything that's done on the radio just has that just
It's my best friend.
staticky sound.
It's my best friend, guys.
And
Sticking up for me. It's my best friend.
I promise it sounds better. I was complaining the whole time, like, we're on KSR and it sounds like garbage. Like our little $10 studio back home sounds better than this.
Maybe it just takes an air hockey table sometimes just to get the
Air hockey
right
table
quality.
and some felt.
A nice ample supply of felt will take you a long way in life,
It's like,
I think.
it's like not a normal orange felt.
No,
it's
no,
like
it's-
that 1980s or probably 70s.
Oddly
style
enough, it
felt.
almost matches the box that we got here,
Yes, it
which
does.
is kind of funny.
It does.
I think we brought Steve here for a
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, not to talk about our Jake studio.
We can do a whole show on it if you want.
We really could.
On the Jank Studio, I think we probably could. Pictures
Great, though.
pictures will do justice though
Yes,
eventually.
yes,
So, but-
eventually.
But no, we've come here to.
what's in the box?
That's the question to Steve. He wants to know what's in the box. I
In the
think.
box, yeah.
I do. Y'all have notes prepared and everything, and I'm just sitting here wondering.
You
what's
walk in,
the
we have the
box.
box just sitting here
What's the
staring at you.
So box.
What was your initial reaction, honestly, to the box?
It's fantastic. Got a picture of Brad Pitt on top. It's just like
I like the fact that he's saying, "Dude, what's in the box?"
What?
Did you notice the side? It says "deprived."
I'm gonna be honest. The first thing I want to do is open it. Really, I mean, I feel like Brad Pitt in that scene. I hope there's not a head in there, but
There's
I don't
no-
believe it's big enough. Maybe a
Spoiler
hand.
alert! No, there's
Fingers.
no Gwyneth Paltrow head in here.
Good.
But there is a movie in here,
There is.
and in fact, it's our special Dude What Stephen A. Turner guest spot
Yeah.
movie as we have chosen specifically for you.
Oh, I'm gonna get
And
to open the
I'm
box.
handing you the
You'll
box
be
right
the-
now.
where
you
the-
get to open the box.
So-
Just for the record, the Nike check is on the box, but they do not sponsor us.
There is no
So,
Nike check.
But we are accepting
We would
We would accept.
any and all sponsorships.
especially Homer's Radio would definitely.
We would definitely accept a check from Nike, but
the black streamers there.
Oh wow! Holy cow! I just opened the box. For those listening at
So
home, you have not seen Point Break.
I have never seen Point Break.
I've got cold chills.
Right?
Like legitimate cold chills.
Welcome to my life.
Yes, it is true. I have never seen.
This is for this podcast is for Raj and Ward. Then.
Yeah.
Really.
I'm telling you,
this is gonna be.
that you guys you had the soundbite on your show that you used for what was the kid's name? Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah. Hey, his name's Johnny Utah.
What was the kid's name? That
It was just we just did it for the Green Wave.
The Green Wave. That's right.
So we had the
Meade
surfer
County Green
kinda
Wave.
had
So
that,
they would play the soundbite. See, this is again one of these things that we've talked about this on the show. This is one of these movies that it has eluded me. I've never watched it. It follows the criteria of what we've established for the show. I've never sat down and seen it from beginning to end. I've caught scenes on TV here and there, but officially from beginning to end, I don't know the subtext of the story. I don't know the introduction. I haven't seen the remake. I haven't seen the remake either. I haven't seen the remake either.
Okay. Just because it's just sacrilege.
I mean, but it's been around long enough that they've made a remake, and you still haven't seen it.
And I still haven't seen it. No, like I don't know the story. I don't know the general story at all. I know bits and pieces of halfway through the story, but I don't know the beginning. I don't know the middle. I don't know the end.
It's sad. It's sad.
It is sad because it's got Swayze in it.
Yeah.
I know.
And Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze
and Gary Busey.
Yep.
I mean,
let me explain something. Yeah, I think this is like before Gary Busey just like totally went off the rails, didn't he? Right?
It was a motorcycle accident, I believe.
Is that what? I
think that's what messed him up.
Or is it just the Busey going nuts?
Making that up. I don't know. I'm pretty sure on Howard Stern he talks about his motorcycle accident.
Maybe he made that up.
It's probably just drugs. He probably was really high and thought he had a motorcycle accident.
He was probably like on like a little Tykes in his driveway. He was probably blitzed out of his mind, wrecked that into like a palm bush, and then when he came to, he had like scratches all over his face, and maybe that's what happened. Maybe that was the motorcycle accident he was talking about.
It's possible.
I think it's possible.
It's very possible with Busey. Who knows?
But yeah, no, I for some reason, one reason or another, I've never seen this movie. I haven't, and I know it is a pop culture phenomenon.
Yeah,
it's a cult classic. It's quotable. I know a lot of people quote it.
It's got a little of everything. It's got it's action thriller. It's got like some heist stuff going on. It's a romance. There's philosophy in it. Like it's a good movie, man.
I mean, it's just
now. See, what you guys listening right now don't realize. All right, see, week to week, whenever I do this show, I gotta deal with Jim looking at me with his dagger eyes whenever we reveal these movies. Now I got two people sitting across from me, just ripping me to shreds with their eyes. Their eyes are killing me right now.
Really, what it is, I'm just ready to watch Point Break.
He just wants to get off of this little couch we're sitting on.
This bar in my rear end here is uncomfortable, but I'm excited for Point Break.
I'm excited for Point Break too.
If I see it on TV, even if it's like
wherever
10
it's
minutes
at,
in, 30 minutes
you'll sit and watch it.
I usually just sit down and watch it.
So you would say that this movie has the Shawshank Redemption effect to it. When no matter where it's at on TV, you're gonna sit and watch it. Yeah. You're gonna ride it out.
It's made in '91. Why have you not seen it?
That's a very good question. I haven't. I don't know. This goes back to the same reason for like Braveheart. It's not like the movie concept or the idea. It never intrigued me. It's not that I thought that it would look like a terrible movie. I just, for whatever reason, have not seen it. I just have not. I don't have any good excuses. I can't really say, yeah, I broke my leg and I was in intensive care for 16 years and I haven't seen it because of that, because there was a bad infection and I couldn't walk.
Even they would have it.
They would probably have it.
Even worse excuse because you need to watch movies or something, right?
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't have a good
shame.
Really, Steve, what you don't realize is we brought you here for an intervention.
Yes.
That's what it is. So
we're going to have to watch more movies.
Is that why there's a stack of movies right next to me? Let's go watch movies for 2 days straight until I realize I'm pathetic.
Well,
I'm already there. I already know.
Let's just go do it.
No, I want to talk about how pathetic I am because you've obviously brought it up for a reason.
Session.
He's got at least 10 more years on. Info on you.
He's probably got at least probably another 10 years on you for sure.
Stories.
With our stories combined. Yeah.
Okay, let's just go watch the movie then. All right, we're gonna go watch the movie, guys. We'll see you on the back half.
100% pure adrenaline. Other guys snort for it, jab a vein for it. All you gotta do is jump.
You're a real Blue Flame special, aren't you, son? Young, dumb, and full of cum.
Oh, boy. The ex-presidents are surfers.
Traveling on the money, going where the waves are.
That's right. Nice tattoo, Deeds. Oh, you like that, Panthers, huh? Fuck you.
That's Bodie. He's a real searcher.
What's he searching for?
The ultimate ride.
Hey! My name's Johnny Utah!
Special Agent Utah. This is not some job flipping burgers at the local drive-in. Yes, the surfboard bothers me. Yes, your approach to this whole goddamn case bothers me. And yes, you bother me!
This Calvin and Hobbes is funny.
Everything moves in cycles. So twice a century, the ocean lets us know just how small we really are. A winter storm comes out of Antarctica, tearing up the Pacific. And it sends a huge swell north 2,000 miles. And when it hits Bell's Beach, It'll turn into the biggest surf this planet has ever seen, and I will be there.
It's time for lunch.
Angelo, it's 10:30.
I'm so hungry I could eat the ass end out of a dead fly.
Realize that we have hit 30 banks in 3 years, and they haven't been able to touch us. And all this does is up the stakes of the game. They are ghosts. This was never about money for us. It was about us against the system. That system that kills the human spirit. We stand for something. To those dead souls inching along the freeways in their metal coffins, we show them that the human spirit is still alive.
You got a death wish. You want to ride to glory? Fine, but don't take Tyler with you. I'm begging you. Tell me where she is, and I walk away.
You walk away? That is beautiful, Johnny.
I can't do this.
Sure you can. Who knows, you might like it. It's a killer rush.
I'm not a crook. I am an FBI agent.
I know, man. Isn't it wild?
Adios, amigo.
Do something, brah. Special Agent Utah. I knew I could count on you.
You're cold because all the blood is running out of your body, Roach. You're going to be dead soon. I hope it was worth it.
Want the ultimate. You gotta be willing to pay the ultimate price. It's not tragic to die doing what you love.
Found a passport of yours in Sumatra. Missed you by about a week in Fiji. But I knew you wouldn't miss a 50-year storm, Bodie. Well, look at it, Johnny. Look at it! This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, man. Just let me go out there. Let me get one wave before you take me. One wave.
I mean, where am I gonna go, man? Cliffs on both sides. I'm not gonna paddle in New Zealand. My whole life has been about this moment, Johnny. Come on, compadre. Come on.
We'll get him when he comes back in! He's not coming back.
Yo, Johnny! I'll see you in the next life!
Alrighty, we're back. We're catching some waves.
Yeah, man.
Hanging 10, man. Come on, bro.
What does that even mean, hanging 10? Does anybody know what that means?
It's
I have no idea.
term.
It is a surfer term.
Yeah.
Does that mean like when you hang your fingers down and I don't know.
I have no clue.
I don't know.
It's a surfer wave. I don't know.
I don't know. It's whatever Keanu Reeves was doing. Lori Petty. Multiple times.
Was he hanging 10? Johnny Utah hangs 10?
He might have been laying 10. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's our show for this week. Oh, good Lord.
That's so good.
Yes.
Thank you, Johnny Utah.
Success. To say the least.
Oh, my God.
Well,
all right.
Brian, what were your likes?
I got a pretty good idea.
Johnny Utah hanging 10. There was a lot to like about this movie.
Yeah.
There was a ton to like about this movie. Actually, I was obviously I'm glad we knocked that one off the list finally. It was like a crime drama with action, with a little bit of suspense, and the Busey with his one-liners. Gary Busey and his one-liners throughout the whole thing. He stole the show. I think you're right, Steve.
Yeah.
We were sitting there watching it, and Steve turns to me at one point. He's like, I think Gary Busey just stole the show on this one. Because it was kind of neck and neck, like you said, between him and Patrick Swayze going through the movie. Busey with his one-liners. You got to have the comic relief. We talked about that before, you know.
Yeah, to help break the tension.
You got to have something in there to kind of just take you away from the constant narrative going on through the story, and especially if it's a serious thing. And his comic relief was just, it was so appropriate and so adequate, and so just, it was there. It was perfect. The timing on everything was just perfect. It's like something tense happening, and boom, here comes the Busey with his one-liner. That's great.
What did you say, Steve? At one point, you said,
you
Gary
was like,
Busey's like better. Like Keanu Reeves made Gary Busey look like a all-star actor.
Keanu Reeves is delivering like the second line of the movie, and you're like, man, he really makes Gary Busey look good in this. But Busey was the great comic relief. And, you always remember when you think back on it. Bodie, obviously the number one character of the movie,
right.
But as we're watching it together in there, I was like, man, Busey gave him a run for his money.
He really did. No, I mean, I tell you what. And what was good about it was he had a good balance between the seriousness of who the character is as an FBI agent.
Yeah.
with just kind of a little bit of the Gary Busey off the rails kind of mentality. You know what I mean? It was a nice fine line that he walked in the middle. And of course, spoiler alert, when Busey finally, he bites it there towards the end of the movie, when they're trying to take him down at the airport, you almost feel bad because the character, you're like, man, this is a good character. Yeah, it's a great character. He
lets out that grunt.
Oh, man, he really. He took that shot. I mean, it was devastating. It was crazy.
Took out 3 guys or so before. I think 2 guys, 3 guys.
2 guys, 2 or 3 guys. Yeah. I mean, the Buse was on it, man. This was a really good character, and I really liked the way he played it. This was just a really good movie. There was a ton to like about this.
Sure. Now there's a ton of obviously action sequence and things like that. We were joking about like with the Groundhog Day when you were talking about doing flash mob bank robbery. Like, man, maybe we should really think about this. But just kidding.
Too bad it's Saturday night, right? I've got some president masks in the car.
Sweet.
Just wait. Yeah.
I think there's a pantry open up the street.
Hey. Like Point Break light.
Especially because we're making out of the parking lot.
Especially because we're like in the middle of cornfields. So,
we didn't want to wait till Monday for banking hours, so we're gonna hit the Thorntons around the block.
I don't think you can surf the Ohio River, but I mean, probably jump off the Astar parking garage.
You can almost walk on it, maybe. I don't know, but
yeah, it's just us floating down the Ohio. This is intense. 100% pure adrenaline.
I have known Brian to be pretty radical.
I'm very radical, yeah. To try not to get hit by a log in the Ohio River. That's the most excitement you get right there.
It does make it look fun to pull off a heist.
Yeah, no, they did a good job selling that.
I tell you what, that's one thing that they're really good in Hollywood with certain things like that. You write the scene out and the choreography of the action within the scene. It almost glamorizes it a little bit. I mean, it makes it's intense, and it plays into the whole with the surfing and the skydiving and everything, the adrenaline junkie thing. It makes sense. It's like there's so many elements that are controllable, and then other elements that are not controllable, and that unknown, that gray area in between the two. That's where the intensity and the adrenaline rush is. Yeah. And so they really played on that, and they really built that up in those scenes. So you're like, you kind of, when you're watching, you're like on the edge. You literally are on the edge of your seat. Like, yeah, all right, let's rob a bank.
Job of kind of including you into the
and the fact that I'm poor. I mean, and I always wanted to dump stacks of money into a duffel bag. I mean, it just looks fun to me.
There's something gratifying, I think, about that. When you just walk up with an empty duffel bag and you just scoop a shelf off, and you're like,
and of course, making like Richard Nixon comments and stuff.
Oh, I'm not a crook.
I'm not a crook.
You're clearly a crook.
I mean,
the mask kind of gave it away, and then the fact that you have a gun in my face and you're stealing all my money. So
sounds kind of just like real life Richard Nixon, almost in a way.
A little bit, yeah. Without all the secrecy. I mean, they're right there in your face.
It's all right there. So obviously there was a lot of action, a lot of adrenaline. So what would you say was a favorite action sequence or action scene?
Ooh, favorite action sequence, action scene. I love when they're staking out the bank and they're supposed to be keeping an eye on the bank and they're doing a terrible job of it, obviously.
Calvin and
Hobbes, Gary Busey's cracking up on some Calvin and Hobbes, reading the comics, and it's like, did you see the Lincoln pull up? What Lincoln? What are you talking about?
I'm hungry.
I can eat the acid Navarado.
yeah, exactly. The build-up of that scene when they've robbed the bank, they come out and it's like FBI freeze, and then it goes into that whole chase, and then you see Bodie, aka Ronald Reagan, just going bananas on that freaking gas station with the gas flamethrower. I mean, it's just, and that mask. I mean, I commented during the movie that freaking Ronald Reagan mask with its perpetual smile on it is just creepy as hell. Every time they cut to it, it's just that big cheese and smile. But that whole action sequence where it goes from the bank sequence where they come out of the bank, then you got the car chase, car crashes, you got the foot chase, all of it, that whole entire thing, and then it culminates where they're in the old LA River. They film everything. I think you said anything filmed everything in LA has to have at least one scene there, and just how that whole, like, the drama of that. He doesn't want to shoot him. He wants to arrest him because it's his job, but he doesn't want to because he's got this connection to him now. He has that conflict within him, what he should do. the right thing or what he wants to do, and that's why he just ends up firing the rest of his clip up into the air and just lets him go. That whole entire sequence was awesome.
Well, how about that part of the scene? I mean, the scene where the Swayze, you couldn't see his facial expression,
right?
So he had to communicate everything through his eyes.
Yeah, he literally had to sell it. It's almost kind of like Tom Hardy as Bane in Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. You know, the mask covers his face the whole entire time, so he's got to sell everything. He's got to really get the emotion through the eyes. Yeah. He did a really good job with this. Yeah. Another thing about this was the action sequences, like with the foot chases, the physicality. He had to kind of display the emotion through the physicality as well, because he does have the mask on. So
like throwing a pit bull at someone,
right?
That right there. They teach you that day one in acting school.
Foot chase, throwing a pit bull
when you're wearing a mask. Always have a pit bull handy. If there isn't a pit bull handy, find a pit bull. Step one: find a pit bull. You gotta find a pit
dog
bull
of some sort. Right. Pit bull preferably.
A mean one.
They are the meanest.
They can be vicious. They can also be sweethearts.
What's so interesting about that particular scene, especially. So this is around the time that Ghost had just came out.
Really?
Maybe. A year before?
Well, this was 91 for the Point Break,
Ghost
right?
came out in 90.
Okay.
And so I guess where they were doing some of the filming and stuff like that, because Patrick Swayze, I mean, at that time, he's a big deal.
Yeah.
With him running through town and stuff like that, him wearing the mask was a good thing on that, but it also, I mean, it obviously played for the story.
Of course.
More so, but there's just kind of that little fun fact, I guess. Also, Swayze, before he came on, Keanu Reeves, nobody really knew who he was. He did Bill and Ted.
Right.
Other than that, really nothing major.
Rightfully so, probably.
Right.
He had a small role in, what was that, Parenthood with Steve Martin?
Yeah, he had a lot of small roles up until then, and I think I had read, Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves had worked together on Youngblood. It's like a hockey movie or something like that. I don't know, but I guess
I just made the list.
He loved the content. He loved the idea of being Bodhi, and as soon as he signed on, it kind of took a whole nother.
Well, he's really kind of
another level. Obviously,
he's kind of the anchor for the film.
Yeah,
he really is the character. Obviously the actor himself. He's just a freaking great actor. Roadhouse had already come out before this. Roadhouse was in the 80s. So
it was Roadhouse. Then Ghost, and then
physicality and choreography with the fight scenes and stuff like that. I mean, obviously he had that down pat. I mean, I think he was a perfect fit. This is one of those roles when you watch it on screen and you see it unfold. When it's all said and done, you don't really picture anybody else playing that role. Yeah. This is one of those roles. It's kind of hard to picture anybody else in that role. Yeah. So
that's why I was firmly against remaking the movie.
Sure.
Not only just remake. I mean, if they just did a classic remake, it would have been bad. But they changed it all up, and that was even worse. But there's only one Patrick Swayze.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Only one Bodhi.
Yeah. No matter who it is.
The Swayze. I mean, I really enjoyed the character. Yeah. He's a really good character.
Good deal. Normally I would ask, how does this shape movies and things like that? But really, I mean, we've kind of talked about it even beforehand that this has been marked as a cult classic.
Right.
What makes it that, would you say?
I would say Swayze himself, honestly. I think if you look back over Patrick Swayze's filmography, especially now that he's passed on, after watching it just now, this movie's a big deal. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's a great character. To me, it's not really an action film because of his performance. Yeah. Because of how he goes about portraying the character. Because he could have very easily just treated it as an action film and gone through the paces and it would have been fine. And it probably would have been successful and, it's just another notch on his film career. But scenes like when he's in the van, they have Johnny Utah and they're basically stringing him along. It's like, you're going to do this, otherwise she's going to get killed. And just the way he delivers those lines in that scene, it's chilling whenever you hear it because he's like, I am an FBI agent. He's like, I know, right?
There's a lot of scenes like that. I felt
throughout the whole
when they were showing in the video of the Lori Petty being held hostage, and that scene where they're going back and forth,
and again. The look, not only the physicality because he didn't have the mask on, but his eyes. Yep. His eyes told everything in that scene. It's like, I'm doing this, but I don't want to do this. And he even says it, I don't want to have to do this to her because she's a sweetheart. He didn't even have to say those lines yet because Keanu Reeves' character is watching the video and you can see it when he's looking at him and looking back at the monitor. You can see it in Patrick Swayze's eyes. Yeah, that was
50-Year Storm at the very end. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
And stuff. And
exactly. But I think Patrick Swayze's performance in this and and then just the overall story. It's a good story. Actually, it really is a good story. The story was executed very well. I think this is what makes this a successful film, and this is what makes it a film with staying power.
Sure.
This was 91, and I've just now watched it, and it resonated with me. It made an impact on me. Kept my attention. It was, like, for all the reasons we already said, good action, good comic relief when it was needed. It wasn't overdone. It was good. It was really good. It's funny that you mentioned, though, about making an impact for future films. If this movie did have an effect, I mean, you see certain elements like the foot chase scene, the way that was shot. You see that a ton now. There are so many movies now that use that style with the almost like a GoPro camera or whatever, where it's like a handheld where the cameraman is actually running with the actor. It's not a fixed location camera where they're just following it, where they're actually in there with the action and following and going through. And that foot chase, like we alluded to earlier, that scene was pretty damn intense.
Yeah.
My favorite part about that too was whenever Bodie goes into the house and he slides the glass door and he's like, all right, I got him here, and he locks it, and you just see Keanu Reeves just come up and just grabs a flower pot and just busts right through it, like didn't lose a step. That was awesome. That was great. I was thinking when it was unfolding, I was like, okay, well, he's obviously going to go through that. How are they going to attack this? And he literally, as I'm thinking it, he attacked it with the flower pot. It was awesome. It was great.
I mean, you always know the movie's based on action sequences, but just rewatching it, the last half of the movie is just one long action sequence.
It really is.
And it's great action, too. It's not corny action.
Nope.
It's all good stuff. And it just, every time you watch it, you get reminded of...
That's a good point.
I think that's why it has staying power, because it's action-packed. It's got a good story, like you said. Good acting from Swayze. Not necessarily from Keanu Reeves, but you can identify with Bodie. I think a lot of people could identify with Bodie, not wanting to be held down by society.
I agree with that.
Wanting to be broke free, like he talked about people going down the highway in their metal boxes or whatever, chained to society.
Oh yeah,
and he's out doing whatever he wants, and I think that's everybody wants to have that mindset. Really,
it almost makes you wonder if his character before the events in this movie took place, if he was one of those people, and then something happened that just kind of pushed him and said, "No more, I'm not doing this anymore." But I mean, that would be a great backstory to tell right there. Just see how the Bodie character actually evolved to where he's at.
We should make this happen.
We should make that. That'd be great.
Let's do it.
The Point Break prequel.
What would that be?
Bodie.
What would that be called?
Hang 10.
That would be the story of Keanu Reeves.
Hung 10.
Real life story. True Hollywood story.
Well, so were there any dislikes or anything that you didn't really... I mean, besides Keanu Reeves.
I think we just brought it up.
But, I mean, let's be honest.
I think we just brought it up.
Yeah, I mean...
His acting his line delivery is really bad, but, his... You can get through it.
Yeah.
I want to say that...
That's how strong the other actors were. It was that bad that the other actors pulled it up so much.
Yeah, this is true.
Still makes it a great movie.
This is true, yeah. No, there were some lines, the way he delivered the lines, you're just like...
It got better as the movie went on, I felt like. It seemed like at the beginning he was like a rookie, and maybe it took like a year to shoot the movie. And by the end, he was like, hey, maybe I've got this...
You know what? That's actually not a bad thought, if you think about it, because, I mean, I know they don't exactly shoot films in sequence, you know, from beginning to end, because they have shoot schedules and stuff like that and locations, whatever. But... there's a possibility of something like that, maybe early on.
Early in the movie, like it was real sketchy.
Kind of deadpan, kind of like no emotion, and then towards the end, I mean, the emotion kind of built up. Like the scene in the plane, the last jump. After the guy's been shot, and they're going to throw him out with the money, and then Bodie's going to go. What did he say to him?
Dying.
Yeah, it's not, basically...
That's one of the reasons why you feel cold is because the blood is leaving your body. You're about to die.
I hope it was worth it.
Yeah. But he showed a lot of emotion in that scene. You know, I mean, he could have very easily
mean look on his face.
Right, he could have very easily deadpanned that line, but he didn't. You know, so. But yeah, I think you're right. Not only the evolution of the character over the course of the movie, but really probably the evolution of the acting by Keanu definitely picked up. But there were some. If I had to nitpick and actually pick something, I would say that could probably be it. But as far as story goes, the story was solid.
Yeah,
you know, it was consistent. There wasn't any lulls in it. There wasn't scenes that were just like, what the hell's going on here? And all the characters were believable. believable. The characters they fit well into the story. They played well. I loved it. I thought it was great.
What about Anthony Kiedis? Any dislikes with that?
God,
it's a funny thing. I actually obviously studying, looking at it as we were watching the movie. I was doing some research on it, and
Kiedis.
Yeah, so
he got shot in the foot, so it's all good.
Right. Well, I guess apparently behind the scenes stuff. I don't know if it's on special features or whatever, but the stunt coordinator, they were interviewing him about it, and I guess he was so not lackadaisical, but he really wasn't pushing the acting envelope any. And so that's why they nominated him to be the first one to get knocked out. And so it really, I think, ticked him off enough to where it kind of pushed him a little more to try to
don't suck better, so bad. Maybe get him off.
right. Yeah.
At least, like we said, because I made the comment, it's like, what is it with Red Hot Chili Pepper band members and trucks in movies? Right. I mean, it's just because you got Anthony Kiedis in this one. They're all crazy on the Pacific Coast Highway, and then you got Flea in Back to the Future Part 3. Needles, yes, exactly, wanting to race McFly. And he's in that truck. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, Anthony. Certain people shouldn't act. But Flea, I actually like Flea as an actor.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
I thought he killed it in Back to the
Which
Future.
is funny because he's
Flea.
That really bad basis.
that in itself is funny. It's Flea. But no, what's funny about it is Flea is in Back to the Future 3, which is obviously on our movie ranking scale.
Yeah.
But he is also in The Big Lebowski, and so that is number 1 or number 5. It's a 5 on rating on our on the movie ranking scale. So Flea's got. So I need to go back and I need to look through the other films. I need to see if Flea is in any of the other ones.
A bad movie.
Is Flea in Dude, Where's My Car? Is he in there somewhere?
He's in the car.
He is the car. The car. Flea as the car.
The car is Flea. So interesting thing. Ridley Scott actually was supposed to direct this.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he actually, I guess he spent so much in pre-production, like before they even got started.
Oh, really?
Yeah, more or less. Keanu Reeves wasn't supposed to be the star. They were gonna, I think it was Matthew Broderick.
What?
Yeah, they were looking at him or Johnny Depp. But yeah,
Depp. Okay.
So what happened?
All right, hold on. Let's talk about
Matthew Broderick in the role.
Well,
I see a lot of movies that Matthew Broderick was supposed to be.
You know what? Matthew Broderick could have pulled off the foot chase scene because of Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I'm just not seeing Matthew.
No, I'm not seeing.
And I'm pretty down on Keanu, but man, I don't know about Matthew Broderick.
Can you see Matthew Broderick? I am an FBI agent. No, it'd be all neurotic. It'd be like,
they'd all start laughing at him.
I'm an FBI agent.
Former quarterback at Ohio State.
I'm not seeing that. No.
Matthew Broderick.
Now Johnny Depp though.
Yeah,
possibly.
I could see that. Johnny Depp could have pulled that off. Yeah, young Johnny Depp. I don't know. He might have been too young for it though. If you think about it.
That's true.
91.
91. He was pretty young then.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But Catherine Bigelow and I guess James Cameron, who we saw was a producer, was married to her at this time.
Okay.
She had just finished Blue Steel. I honestly
Top movie, I believe.
I think it was. Yeah.
No to that.
But,
Blue Steel.
That sounds familiar.
Does that mean it's going on your list?
I'm going to at least look it up.
I think I've seen it, to be honest. But
she's done movies now like The Hurt Locker, Zero Dark 30, stuff like that.
That's big time, yeah.
Yeah, but so...
Not as good as Point Break, but I mean...
Yeah, right.
I mean, she could have called it quits right after that.
Right.
I'm done. It's my swan song. I'm good.
Yeah, so... But anyway, just a little fun fact for you, so...
Cool.
And since we have Homer's guy on, I feel like we should talk about Johnny Utah and Joe Montana for a minute. But
is that the connection?
Yeah, there is. That's the connection, actually. Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
he inspired that.
The name's Johnny Utah.
We got to bring that sound clip back on the Homer show.
You do need
now that I've watched it. And the Green Wave, they have a rough schedule this year, so I don't know that I can use the 50-year storm reference that I like to use when they're about to blow somebody out.
Well, you definitely use it whenever they're getting blown out.
That's true. Maybe they're during the 50-year storm. The wave themselves are in the 50-year storm.
I'm telling you.
Speak. We're 3 years into the 50-year storm right now.
It doesn't matter how you look at it. You can still use the sound.
They won a state championship, and the 50-year storm set in. They haven't won more than 3 games since.
I'm telling you.
And maybe it's a trend.
Hey, you never know.
Blow jet stream over Brandenburg.
That's funny. That is funny.
So what's your ranking, man? What do you got? I want to know the truth.
You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
I want answers.
I want the truth.
Okay.
What's your ranking?
Honestly, there's only one ranking I can give it, man. I got to give it
I'm the dude.
Big Lebowski.
So that's what you call me, you know?
It's a solid movie. The way I've been treating the criteria for these whenever I judge these and give my opinion on these is, I got to find some flaws in it, some faults. And other than Keanu's weird deadpan delivery of lines every once in a while, especially in his young career at that point, I can't fault this movie. I can't find any flaws anywhere. Yeah. It is a solid story from beginning to end. There's no drag in it. The characters are solid. All of the characters are solid. The dialogue, the character interaction, which we talked recently. We've talked about a number of things that can drag a movie. Whether or not it's a music selection, the soundtrack doesn't fit well with scenes. Things like that. Different shots or whatever. Character interaction, character development. You didn't have this issue with this movie at all. Yeah. From beginning to end, everything is solid. Everything is the way it needs to be. You can't fault that. I mean, I can't find any flaws in it whatsoever. So I got to give it a 5, man.
Yeah, it's got a good build. It starts,
it does.
Kind of slow.
It really does.
But it gets you a good introduction to the characters, and it doesn't bore you early. And
right.
And then once it gets rolling, it just starts coming downhill on you.
Right.
Every scene just escalates into the final scene. There,
it's almost as not necessarily with the writing, but in the filmmaking, in the scenes from scene to scene, like you said, as it, you go from beginning to end. It's almost as if it's trying to top itself, and it continuously tops itself from beginning to end. Even the ending, it doesn't let you down. It's like the perfect ending. I don't think this movie could have been written or filmed any better than what it was. Going with the 5.
There you go.
Point Break's got 5.
There you have it.
And lots of times when you get a hold of a cult classic, and it's got that build up to it, and then you watch it like, it was good, but I don't necessarily know where I see the hype from it. But I think this one got to stand up.
Some movies that are considered cult classics, they do tend to fall flat on other people that go back and try and watch it.
We've experienced that a little bit, so yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a touch.
But was this not a commercial success? I mean,
yeah. I mean, it did really well in the box office. Like it did well in the box office. I can't remember. It was like, I should have wrote it down. It's like over 80 million. I think it was a 24 million in budget, over 80 something. So it did well in the box office, and then pretty quickly became a cult classic.
Okay.
But I mean, Entertainment Weekly voted it was in its top 10 best surfing scenes of all time.
I tell you what, the surfing scenes were legit on that. They did a really good job, especially with the skydiving scenes. Now, I don't know if, obviously, the one scene, you could tell for sure that Patrick Swayze did his own jump on that. I mean, just because of the camera shot. I mean, unless that's just like the best editing you've ever seen in your life. But I mean,
so like
91, so it's doubtful.
I mean, so most of the skydiving scenes were professionals.
But my point about that was like you couldn't tell.
Yeah,
like they did a really good job in character makeup, character wardrobe, the shot selection, and keeping distance and making sure that the guys looked legit with who their character or the stuntman to their character counterparts were. Yeah, they did a great job.
Like all the close-ups and probably the shots that were shooting from below.
Yeah, you could tell
they were like maybe 10 feet off the ground.
Yeah, you could tell. You could tell on some of those for sure, but a lot of the close-ups of the actual jump in air. Whoever the stunt people were and whoever took care of them as far as dressing them and getting their makeup and everything, they did a fantastic job.
Which then I kind of told you this, told you both off air or whatever, but so Patrick Swayze had taken up skydiving before this movie, and he actually was getting people, like cast members, to go skydiving with him, and the producers were finally like, we have to shut this down, like, we need you guys.
We can't have you die.
We have like broken bones and stuff, and so Patrick Swayze basically made a deal with the director and said, hey, we won't skydive anymore if you let me do at least one last jump on film. And so the scene that you see him say, adios amigo, that is him jumping out of the plane.
Which is awesome.
Legit with that, so...
Was that really Keanu jumping out without a chute?
Without a chute?
Can we hope?
That would be solid. I would have a newfound respect. I can't imagine Patrick Swayze taking Keanu Reeves and Gary Busey in a plane, and they all jump out together. Think about that trip up. And, I mean, what's going on there? I mean, that's a whole show in itself.
If that were to happen, you got to think at some point Patrick Swayze just turns and looks like, "What the hell did I get myself into? What am I doing? I should have been filming Ghost 2."
That's the real story behind it. The director didn't tell him no more. He's like, I can't do this no more. Not with these guys. We'll save it for the next movie.
Let me get this straight. You're going to send me up in a plane with Gary Busey. Oh my God, there's not enough drugs because Gary already did them all.
Why he's reading Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah, which is a good comic strip. But anyway.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So, you got any recommendations as far as movies that this reminds you of?
I would say any movie that's action related from like 82 to 93, you're good. I mean, in comparison, I'm thinking like Arnold Schwarzenegger Commando style.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking movies that I would come home from school in the afternoon, and my dad would come home and he would put it in to watch.
Right.
And it was always Point Break, Commando, Predator. You know,
Nice.
that vein.
Cobra. Have you ever seen
Cobra,
Cobra?
absolutely. Yeah,
Stallone.
Cobra was in that mix.
Yeah.
All right, so now we get back to the business at hand, what we normally do on the show here. Now that I've broken down the film, Point Break, given it my review, got our special guest here. We will give movie categories for next week's episode. And Jim normally picks the category, but since we got our special guest here, Steve is going to pick. And
heavens.
also, we usually only give 3 categories. We're going to add a 4th category just for Steve, just to make the decision a little tougher, okay? So I'm going to list 4 movie categories. You pick which one, and
It's
then
like a formula.
Yeah.
And then he'll give you 3 out of
And then I'm going to give you 3. I'm going to give the listeners and you guys 3 movies out of that category. All right,
You
so you ready?
selected very well, so I've really got to fill your shoes here.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, first category, obviously, sports.
Sports, okay.
All right, and this is with a football theme.
Okay.
Considering football is starting to amp up here. All right, second category choice, horror icons. Now this one is just in time for the new Stephen King It remake will be in theaters. Horror icons is your second choice. Third, war. Anything war movies. All right.
I'm a fan, yeah.
All right. And then the 4th category, special for Steve that I've added, Arnold. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm going. That's it.
So
you said you added it for me.
So let me run it down again. All right. Sports with a football theme, horror icons, war, or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm glad I'm not choosing.
So you have 4 to choose from.
They're all good. I mean, we can't go wrong, but I'm going Arnold.
You're going to go Arnold?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay.
I've seen every Schwarzenegger movie.
All right. Are you ready?
Oh,
I'm
man.
ready.
All right.
I am ready.
The 3 choices
This
from
is
the
gonna be good.
the Arnold category.
This is where I
All right?
usually want to throw
I'm like
punches.
wringing my hands over
for
here.
next week's show. The 3 choices you have. Number 1, The Running Man.
Oh. I hope that's it. I mean, that's just, I don't even know what's coming up.
Second, Commando.
What? Oh, I just mentioned it.
Oh.
Okay.
I was cracking up whenever you were talking about it.
Okay.
Third, Predator.
What?
We can't go wrong next week.
Okay.
That's a slam dunk.
So,
Okay.
Running Man. So, in light of the fact that we just covered, on our 4th of July episode, hearing my response again. And this was so freaking early on.
Oh, so great. See,
you
the funny thing about this, when you talk about your reaction to this, is you had to go endure that reaction to hearing Predator as an option like 3 more times.
Yeah.
Throughout the run, and you guys will hear it when we get to those episodes, but like I threw Predator on there enough times to where Jim was like, okay, he's just messing with me.
Right.
So whenever Predator was actually released, he lost his ever-loving mind.
Yeah. I guess we could say this is the early shades of me losing my mind over the movie Predator. Oh, man.
Good stuff, dude.
But,
Good
dude,
stuff.
yeah, like Steve was super pumped about this category.
You just heard the options that were in that category, the Arnold category, Running Man, Commando, and Predator. Jim's reactions as the movies were being listed off there was just like, you hear him in the background like, what? And Steve is just like on pins and needles. He's excited. He loves it. And in fact, I cut it out of this after you hear his reaction, but he was talking about how he just wanted to come back and record the episode. He didn't want to actually like be on the episode. He just wanted to be in the studio whenever we revealed the movie, and he just wanted to watch the movie. He was so excited. He was so pumped up. It was awesome.
Yeah, he was so excited, and he was even more excited when he found out what the movie was when he actually listened back. And
right.
We could talk about that next episode. But, oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, you know, it's funny, you know, talking about reactions and being excited and everything. This episode right here, when you guys listen to this is a classic example of how our conversations are off mic, Jim. Like you and I, the way we talk and how we get excited and we laugh and we cut up and have jokes and everything, and runny gags and be silly and say dumb stuff just to make each other laugh. That's the same relationship I have with Steve. Whenever we get together, this is how it is. We're just constantly trying to make each other laugh and just be dumb and go for the laugh and just trying to make each other giggle. And it's the best feeling in the world, really. And then the three of us together recording this episode, my God, that was so much fun.
Yeah, I'm actually, now that I think about it, we could record a documentary of us three when we're planning our next bank robbery, right? God. That's actually the direction I thought you were going when you originally led with this little segment here that you were talking about. So,
well, I mean, this was the second
about our bank robbery.
This was the second time we did talk about bank robbery. How could we not talk about bank robberies on this episode? I mean, come on, for sure. Point Break, my God. They're robbing all kinds of banks in there with the presidential masks on and Ronald Reagan and his crazy smile. Look, Jim, I don't know why early on in our show robbing banks was such a theme, but we went with it. We had fun with it.
Yeah, we really leaned into the whole larceny thing.
I love it. I mean, I'm down for it. I'm not above it. Give me that money. We had so much fun having Stephen A. in studio whenever we recorded that. It was actually a lot of fun. He really dove into the process, and we've talked about how the way we do a Dude What original, the recording process is such a beast. It takes forever. It's usually like an hour and a half on the front end. Then you got like a 2 to 3 hour movie, and then you got another hour and a half on the back end. It's a marathon, but Stephen A. was game, and we had a lot of fun having him in the studio. But one thing that Stephen A. was not game for, man, horrible. I feel bad for him, but no love for Keanu, man.
Yeah, he's not a fan.
He's just not a fan. And that kind of explains the deep, dark secret that Stephen A. has about a little movie that you guys may have heard of. It's kind of a franchise. It's kind of a big deal. It's kind of done a lot.
A little bit.
John Wick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty much snuffed that out from the very beginning.
He really has.
He snuffed that wick out.
Oh, God.
Like that?
Oh, wow. Haven't busted out Owen Wilson in a long time. You get Owen Wilson treatment. You know what else you're going to get? That's right, Jim. A little bit of the sad piano. That's how I feel in my heart right now, based off that pun. Yeah, Stephen A. has no love for Keanu Reeves, and his deep, dark secret is he hasn't seen any of the John Wick films. Shame on you, Stephen A.
That's a Dude What movie.
That is a Dude What movie for sure, and he's going to have to rectify that. And you know what? When he finally sits down and watches the John Wick franchise, we're going to have him in studio and have him talk about it and see how he feels.
That'd be good.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Up on that.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Now, Jim, we've talked early on already about some of the running gags. You just heard one of them right there, the sad piano, isolation, and Owen Wilson, who will eventually become a running gag on our show. Another running gag on our show, Matthew Broderick, dude.
Matthew Broderick.
Why does Matthew Broderick pop up more than he should on this show, Jim? Why is that? What is so special about Matthew Broderick that has him infiltrated into our beings here at the 2420 West Studios? What is it?
I don't know, but you've just inspired me.
Oh, God.
You've just inspired me.
Do I even want to know?
Have you ever played Where's Waldo? Have you ever read those books? I think we need to have a Where's Matthew Broderick book. A Dude What, Where's Matthew Broderick book.
Each page is a different movie poster. Where's Matthew Broderick? He's dead center. That's where he's at.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Hilarious, Jim. Your wacky ideas make me laugh all the time. Now, talk about movies, Jim.
Yeah.
This is a movie review podcast, for God's sake.
It is.
Stephen King's It, Chapter 1.
Yeah.
Now, you just heard one of the options for a category for Mr. Stephen A. was horror icons. He did not jump on that.
He did not.
But had he had done that, one of the horror icons that was going to be an option in that was going to be Pennywise, the clown.
Okay.
from Stephen King's It. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because right around the time that this was being recorded, Stephen King's It Chapter 1 was going to be released in theaters. Now, why that is important is because we are going to talk heavily about that in a couple episodes on these Dude What Originals.
Yeah.
Very, very soon. And the reason why that is important is because that topic, that talk, that movie is going to set a standard on our show.
It's a game changer.
It is a very big game changer, and whenever we get to that, we will talk about that.
Gives you a nice little peek behind the curtain for you.
Absolutely, for me. Yeah, for sure. And that's you get to get into my mindset with regard to film, and more specifically, I think, considering it's a book adaptations, but adaptations to film. So that's some great conversation that is coming up. It's on the horizon. It's right there. I want to tease it, drop it right there, and we'll talk about that very soon. Now, Stephen A., we've talked about him quite a bit. He was our first guest. How could we not talk about him? He chose the Arnold category, and to this day, and even on this episode, you heard it on there, he's insistent that there is a high level of comedy value to Arnold action films from that time frame. I'm not seeing it. Maybe I don't have a good sense of humor. I don't know what that is. Can you help me with this, Jim?
No.
We don't see it, Steve. We really don't. Episode 9 is coming up after this, Jim. And it was just titled Arnold. Arnold. The cover art for that was a little scary, too.
A little bit.
Arnold cheesing really big with a cigar. That was.
And the title, if I remember right, wasn't. We were kind of starting.
Oh, yes, it was. Episode 9 was called Going Down.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
We kind of. So, needless to say, from hey, we're on a high school sports network. That was kind of we.
That's why his face was so creepy. I forgot about that. He's like cheesing real big with a cigar, and it's just going down. Oh, we are horrible people, Jim.
Now that I think about it, I guess that's early shades of a certain reel that behind the scenes listeners know about.
The longest reels that we have on Table Scraps. Yep. So long. A lot of content. All right, we should really just stop right there.
You probably should. You didn't want to put a disclaimer on the front.
I did not. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Jim, we cut out from this episode a very big chunk of audio.
We did.
Okay.
An Arnold-sized chunk.
An Arnold's bicep. An Arnold and Dylan bicep-sized chunk of audio. Now, that should tell you how big a chunk of audio that is. It's a pretty big chunk. It's a big old chunk right there. But the reason why I cut it out is because it is so big and it just kind of sits there at the end. But it was a lot of fun to do. And is a segment called Rapid Fire Questions that we used to do it on the Homer's Radio Network back in the day. We used to do it on Displaced Diehards. I would show up whenever the guys were recording and I would just throw random rapid fire questions at them. And more times than not, it was just my way of trying to get them to crack up while they were recording. And it made for fun times and made for good audio. And I decided to do that since we had Stephen A. in the studio. It was bring it back, have some fun with it. And I got you included in it as well. You were involved. And I was asking both of you guys questions, rapid fire questions. Don't even think about it. Just throw your answer out there. Boom, boom, boom. And we had a lot of fun with that. But like I said, it doesn't really fit on these re-releases from the archive. So I cut it out of there. But fear not, we are going to re-release it in the All Access page on Facebook. And so you guys have that to look forward to. And it's going to be a lot of fun. You get to hear some random, weird, crazy questions that we ask Jim and Steve, get their responses. And I think also there might even be a little bit of audio about the spirit of Kevin Hart.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We were trying to get Kevin Hart trending. We couldn't do it. We had no clout. But
I forgot that was during that, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. There was a little bit of fun on Kevin Hart's behalf. You got to tune in to check it out. It's pretty funny. It's actually really funny.
I forgot really all about that. Wow.
Yeah. So you guys have that to look forward to in All Access. That's going to be coming out here real soon. Jim Miller. I got nothing else, man. This was a fun-filled, packed episode. I think we covered a lot of production notes. I had a lot of fun talking about this. Did you have any other notes that you can remember from recording Point Break, the 50-Year Storm episode with Stephen A.?
No, I really don't.
How was your experience in having a third person in the studio recording? How did you think it went for as early as we were doing and just throwing that out there from the feed?
Honestly, now that you bring that up and now I'm thinking about it, I think I was a little nervous.
Oh, yeah?
Because you've always spoke highly of Steve.
Right.
Like you always have. And I knew that, like, you guys have known each other, like, your whole life. I'd never met him before.
Right.
He's letting us be on his network, right? I'm still trying to figure myself out as far as my role on the podcasting side of it. Right. And so here's a guy who's, for all intents and purposes, a professional.
Right.
Right?
He downplays it all the time, but yes, he's got a lot of experience.
Yeah, and so, like, I think there's an intimidation factor there a little bit for me.
I could see that, for sure.
Yeah, and here I am having to sit, like, cheek to cheek with him, you know?
Right. Well, and then you're piggybacking off of that with the idea of a little intimidation as well. I mean, you guys don't hear it because I edited it out, but I was flubbing over my words as well, and I had to go in and clean up quite a bit because I was in the same boat. They've been doing it for a long time. We're like literally 8 episodes into this.
Yeah.
I was trying to do my best. I was trying to portray and project that I had some level of professionalism, but we all know that's not true.
Yeah, it was very evident by the orange felt.
Orange felt. That's all you needed to know. You're using what? Orange felt? Okay. Yeah, amateurs. But anyway, we had fun having Stephen A. in the studio.
We did. We don't have guests very often.
No, we don't.
And I know that's something you and I both have talked about wanting to do more of.
Yes.
So it's just a lot of fun when you bring a different dynamic into the group, especially when it's someone that, you know, now that I've gotten to know Steve and stuff, it's like, I wish he lived closer.
Absolutely.
So we could just record more.
Well, the good thing about Stephen A. is we actually have some talks behind the scenes. And we're going to be doing something fun with Stephen A. here real soon.
I'm looking real...
We have...
It's going to be a treat.
Dude,
I'll just say
it's going to be a big-time treat. And this is not lip service. We got huge plans for Stephen A. when we can finally get him into the studio, the 2420 West, the new 2420 West Studios, the fully established 2420 West Studios. We have a very special thing that we're going to be doing specifically for the fall. And we're very excited for it. We got to get him from Owensboro over here into the studio, but it's a big deal. And it won't be just one little thing.
It involves fall,
yes,
sports,
yes,
and movies.
Yes. Yes, it does.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. And it's going to be not just covering a movie. We're actually going to cover a soundtrack. We're going to cover a movie. We're going to talk about sports. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a huge freaking deal when we get him over here for what we're doing. And we're excited. We're both really excited.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be a lot of fun.
We're going to lock the door and we're going to keep him here until we're done.
He can stay here forever. No, there's too many spiders out here. He'll die. Okay, anyway, Jim, I got nothing else for this episode. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening to this Dude What original. Another release from the archive, the 50-Year Storm, Episode 8, man. Very happy for you guys listening to the show, tuning in, checking us out. New listeners, hey, how's it going? Thank you for checking out the show. We really appreciate that. Appreciate you stopping by.
You're looking good.
You're looking great. Looking really good. That workout plan's working out for you, man. Did you get a haircut? You got a haircut. That looks great. Hey, those shoes you bought are really, really nice. We want to thank you guys for checking out our show for sure. Old listeners, hey, you know what? We love you guys. You're the bedrock for what we do here. Seriously, you guys are keeping the lights on for sure. As always, you can check out everything that is Dude What related at dudewhatpod.com. We have all kinds of stuff on there, Jim. I'm still working on some things. Got some stuff going on there. I'm hoping some of the stuff that I alluded to has already been released. If not, that's because I'm a slacker, Jim, and I apologize to the listeners. I apologize wholeheartedly. But I'm going to try and get some of my one final thoughts out there for sure. I got a couple churning. Predator, hopefully has been released by now, but I actually have like 2 or 3 other ones that I've been thinking about as well that I just need to carve out some time to work on them, man. I'm a busy man, Jim.
You are a busy man.
Not as busy as you. Not as busy as Stephen A. My God. No one is as busy as Stephen A.
It's true.
It's so true. Check out everything that is Dude What related. Also on all the social media platforms, Jim. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can find us. We are on all of them. Just search for @DudeWhatPod or Dude What Podcast. It's really easy to find us. We're on virtually every social media platform, I think, right now. Right, Jim? Let's run them down real quick. Facebook, yes. Twitter, yes. Instagram, yes. Snapchat, working on that?
Working on that.
Working on Snapchat. YouTube, yes, for sure. We are on Pandora. We are on Spotify. Hey, Alexa, we're rocking and rolling with you too as well. We're on everything. Pinterest, we're there as well. We are everywhere, Jim. Jim has put us on the map all over the place. It's easy to find us. It's easy to love us. And that's what we want from you guys. We want you to love us. And you know what you can do also on your podcast feeds? Leave us a 5-star review. We're just 2 guys looking for 5 stars, baby.
That's right.
That's all we're doing. There's also another thing that you guys can do. You can go to Facebook and check out a little thing called All Access. All Access. access. We are going to put some fun, cool stuff on there. We talked about it earlier. We're going to put the rapid fire from this episode that was cut out as an Easter egg. We're going to throw it in all access. You can listen to it on there. We'll record a special intro for that. You can hear us talking about it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and that'll be on there. You can check that out for sure. We got show notes on every single one of our episodes, Jim. We have links for all kinds of stuff. We have Amazon links as well. You can take your little shopping booty over there to Amazon, and if it's an eligible purchase, we'll get a kickback. It'll be nice.
If you click on the link.
If you click on the link. You got to click on the link. Also, in those show notes, Jim, is a way for those listeners out there to email us and get in contact with us. Hey, you guys at dowhatpod.com. It's real simple. Send us a line, questions, comments, concerns, critiques. Alex has been burning up our email.
He has.
So much, in fact, that I think we're going to make a special segment just for Alex.
Maybe call it the Regal Hour or something.
Ooh. I like
Regal
it.
Rant. I don't know. We'll figure out.
He probably does have some Regal rants in there. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, the last email, I don't know. I might have to slip that on over to the FBI. It's a couple of violent threats in there, and they weren't directed towards you.
Well, good. Thank God.
You see them more in person. So.
I do.
Yeah.
And we're plotting something. Anyway.
I'm sure.
I want to thank you guys one last time for checking out the show. We really appreciate it. Jim, I got nothing else. You good over there, man?
I'm nervous now.
You're sweating. Yeah. You're sweating. It's not just the heat in here.
I was like, do I need to be looking for a white van? But I'm going to be looking for anything that says Regal on the side of it.
It's the looming shadow of Alex Regal. All right, we're going to go ahead and bounce on out of here. Jim's going to protect his neck. He might get throw punch. Who knows? Who knows? We don't know, Jim.
We don't know.
We don't know what shadows are lurking outside the studio. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in one last time. We appreciate it. We will see you guys in the next episode.
Bye, guys.